The man was buried by a mudslide. He rolled down the car window and reached out to test the thickness of the mud, only for a large amount of sand and mud to rush into the car. Scared, he quickly closed the window. Before he could catch his breath, the sunroof suddenly cracked. In panic, he took out some tape in an attempt to stick the cracked glass together, but the tape couldn't withstand the pressure of the mud. The sunroof was about to be breached. Spotting a steering wheel lock, he immediately pulled it out and used it to brace against the sunroof. Unexpectedly, this lock actually held back the collapsing mud. Although somewhat incredulous, the man swallowed hard as he nervously watched the sunroof, fearing that the glass would shatter at any moment. Relieved that the steering wheel lock had indeed supported the weight of the mud, he relaxed his guard and sighed with relief. However, due to letting his guard down, he foolishly drank up most of the water in the bottle. Realizing he had almost finished the water made him regretful and anxious, because being trapped under the mudslide meant every drop of water was crucial for survival. Afterward, he gathered all usable items inside the car, hoping to find something that could aid in his survival, but found nothing useful. At this point, drops of water started seeping through the sunroof and dripping into the car. He went over to the spot where the water was dripping and tried to drink directly from there, but found it too slow. So he folded a bank card into the shape of a funnel, inserted it into a plastic bottle, and then placed it on the lock so that the dripping water could collect in the bottle. This solved his drinking water problem, and he excitedly clapped his hands. Before long, however, he began to feel short of breath as the oxygen inside the car was running out. To avoid dying from lack of oxygen, he took a hollow steel tube from a folding chair, drilled a small hole in the bottle cap, threaded it with a rope, and sealed the end of the tube with the bottle cap. Feeling quite clever, he bent a piece of wire straight and drilled a small hole in the sunroof. Then, he pushed the steel tube through the hole with great effort. The mud was very compact and thicker than he imagined. Even a 1.8-meter long steel tube didn't reach outside. He patted his shoulders with a towel and, using his body to brace against the steel tube, endured the pain and pushed upward with all his might. Suddenly, his shoulder felt lighter as the steel tube broke through the soil. He inserted the wire into the tube to open the bottle cap. Leaning forward to check, when he saw the faint light at the end of the tube, he excitedly shouted and greedily breathed in the fresh air.